Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Wispin here, and welcome back to another video here on the Pokecentral Network, episode number 38 of this series. So I'm sure you noticed I just got a brand new intro here on the channel. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure to go and let me know down in the comments below. The creator of this intro is actually Wood Punch Graphics. Now, if you want to check out some other work from Wood Punch Graphics, they actually have a website where they sell a ton of different artwork. And most of it is based around Minecraft or YouTube channels or Twitch channels. So if you have a Minecraft server, you can get things like server icons, server logos, banners for the different server listing websites. And those are all customizable and really cool. They have over 300 templates on their website. And they also have templates for YouTube channel art, YouTube intros, and actually Twitch channels if you have one of those. So if you'd like to check that out, you can go ahead and click the link down in the description and take a look. And I actually bought the first ever Minecraft server banner from them, I think back in 2014 or 2013, so almost 4 or 5 years ago. So this isn't really any sort of a sponsored deal. They just made the intro for me. I paid them for the intro, and I still wanted to go ahead and give them a shout out because I feel like they have some really cool stuff over there, and I've been buying from them for a very, very long time. But with all that aside, let's go ahead and get into today's episode. So the first thing I want to go ahead and show you is the progress that I made on my house so far. I started kind of laying out the framework as well as building a dock system, docks area, and you can see that in the background right now. I'm doing a little bit of a time lapse for you guys. And then we're going to have to go ahead and try and figure out what we want to do with the rest of the empty space on the island. Now, I was thinking we might go ahead and fill it in with some trees, some different hills, just kind of make the area feel more alive because I really like how our little rocky area turned out and the pathway that we already have. I'm thinking maybe we do a more solid path from the front of the house down to the arena, maybe some sort of a stone path or something like that, similar to how the entrance of the house's path is made out of stone with maybe some stone stairs on either side. And I think that ends up looking pretty cool. So really, at this point, this is just me filling in the rest of the house, building out a lot of different things, and actually moving on to building the dock system. Now, keep in mind, this is just the framework, the wire work of the house. I don't know if we're going to keep this all as quartz. I just wanted to get an idea of how I wanted my house to be laid out. And also keep in mind, this is my first ever time lapse on a large scale build. My first ever time lapse was actually in yesterday's episode when I built the arena. And I don't really consider myself to be a great builder. I definitely know some tricks to building, but I don't know if I'd really consider myself to be a good builder by any means. I just kind of randomly place down blocks and occasionally it turns out looking decent. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this build so far, and of course, let me know if you guys enjoy these time-lapse videos, and if you'd rather there be music in the background, you'd rather me talk during them, or what, because I am definitely interested in doing more of these. In the past, I've really found building can be a little bit tedious, a little bit boring, but when you're sharing it with people on YouTube, and when you're actually knowing that there's like a time-lapse going on, and you're going to be able to see this whole build in super speed once you finish, it actually is really cool, and it adds a lot to the whole process and makes it a lot more enjoyable for me. So I think I'm probably going to keep doing these in the future, but I would still love to know your feedback. And that's pretty much it for this build. I didn't really get too far into it, and I think in the future, if I do end up doing these sort of time lapses, I'm going to try to finish the entire build in a single time lapse. But this is just a really, really big project, especially for survival mode, especially when all these blocks that I'm using are very, very expensive and very hard to get. And some of the blocks that I want to use actually weren't added in the shop at the time that I was recording this. So yeah, this is a little bit later on. We actually went ahead and added concrete blocks over in the shop. We also added sponges and regular quartz, not the block, but the item, because a lot of people requested that. If you have any other requests for items that you want added to the shop, keep in mind we're not really going to be adding things like master balls or anything like legendary items that are super overpowered. But if you have like a simple item or a simple block that you want to use in your builds and it's not in the shop, let me know over on Discord. There'll be a link down in the description to join. Speaking of which, we have over 10,000 members in our Discord, so if you ever need support with anything related to Pixelmon installing the mod, or if you just need people to talk to, there are a ton of people over there, and I'm sure you can find someone to help you out. But as I was saying, we added a bunch of things to the shop, like concrete and some other random blocks. And this is actually where we are right now with the house. So I think I showed most of this in the little time lapse there, but we pretty much just have a triple layer house. So we're going to be going for 3 stories here. This is the entrance. Work in progress. There were some people on my island and they said my house was ugly and it made me insecure. So I put this sign here because if it's always a work in progress, I can just I can just use that as an excuse for why it looks bad. So, yeah. But with that being said, we have 3 layers here, so 3 stories. The first story is going to be, of course, the largest, and then this little area here, I plan on making this circle here actually have sort of like a patio area on top with like a seating area. I think that could be really cool, and the only way to get to it is by going through like a door on the 2nd floor out to here, and it'll be kind of like a deck patio sort of thing. And then of course we have the 2nd floor, which you can kind of see the framework for. If I fly up, it makes it a little bit easier, so you can just see it's going to go from all the way over on this side all the way around and include just about everything except this circle. And then the 3rd floor is just going to be this box here on top, and it ends up looking really, really cool. We have, of course, our docks in the back, and I plan on adding a boat here. And actually, I really want to go ahead and build like a secret layer underneath here with windows that look out into the ocean. I feel like that could be really cool. And maybe we even add some sort of a secret redstone door in our house that lets you get down into the basement layer. I think that could be awesome. Either that, or we build a sort of boat here, and then we actually hide like a redstone door in the boat, or you drop down through the floor of the boat and go through a tunnel to get underneath to the secret base. Something like that. I think that could be really awesome. But yeah, the dock's basically just a little area where you can come out and maybe fish, and possibly we'll add a boat back here in the future. But that's really all there is to the house at the moment, just because it is a massive project, and I'm good at getting like the framework done, and I'm pretty decent at interiors as well, but I suck at building roofs. I really need a good builder to like teach me how to build roofs. Like this one, that's not so bad, you know. It's not terrible, but it's not an entire building's roof, and I just don't know exactly how I'm going to go ahead and go about making a roof that needs to be one layer here, a separate layer here. We could do another patio or something up here if we really wanted, or make it another roof, like I said. So it gets kind of complicated. We'll try and figure something out, and I'll try and put something together. We, of course, have our arena. If you missed the last episode, we did a time-lapse build of that, and then we have our whole beach and ocean area. I'm thinking about maybe... someone actually gave me this idea. Are they still online? No, I don't see them online. But Bush, I think his name was Bush. I'm pretty sure. I feel bad that I don't remember that, but I'm pretty sure that is correct. Bush something. I just don't remember the second part. But with that being said, we might add a pirate ship here. Not just a regular pirate, but like a crashed pirate ship into the rocks here. I think that could be really awesome. We should probably move on to something Pixelmon related at this point. And I know I've already asked you so many questions in this video, but I really do appreciate your guys' feedback. And I think I really enjoy making videos that have more than just Pixelmon in it, because Minecraft is such an expansive game, and I haven't really got into it in a very, very long time, because for the last 3.5 years, I've pretty much just strictly been doing Pixelmon and almost completely ignoring the actual game that I'm playing, which is Minecraft. So if you guys don't enjoy these videos where we don't really do too much Pokemon related stuff, I am sorry, but I'm actually having a lot of fun, and it is actually really cool. And of course, our builds can still incorporate Pixelmon related things like this arena without being necessarily directly related to the Pokemon themselves. I don't know if I should even be giving out all of my ideas. I have so many of them that it really doesn't matter. These are only a few, but I also want to do something in this area. I was thinking, we have an enchantment table, we have an enchantment area, we don't have any anvils, and anvils don't really go that well in a watery cave. So what I was thinking about doing is possibly adding some sort of a pathway through to like an underground lava cave where we have all of our anvils. We have a whole blacksmith shop going on somewhere. I think that could be really, really cool and just give us a way to have our anvils in a place that feels like anvils should exist. And of course, we have not only Minecraft anvils, but Pixelmon anvils. And I was also thinking maybe that's where we put our Pokeball factory. So originally, if you watched the beginning of the series, we had this island filled up with a really ugly looking Pokeball factory. But how cool would it be to have down in our enchantment room or through one of these watery tunnels or something, we could make like a secret door where you press a button and you go through. We go down through a cave into like a sort of lava cave turned blacksmith shop, and there's just like one wall where there's an entire Pokeball factory, and we have everything organized really well, and we just make Ultra Balls. We have our anvils down there. We have all of our tools and stuff that we need to make and craft and all that stuff all down there. I think it could end up being really, really cool. And we could actually add a secondary path from that secret layer I was talking about that leads into the caves as well, which I prefer leading in from over here in the rocks. I think that's a lot cooler, but we could have like a hidden door from our secret base underneath here, or just all connected up. I don't even know. I really don't know. There's so much going through my head with these builds. Once you start building, these ideas, they just start popping up all over the place. Like you build one thing and then you think of like 12 different things that you could do with it. And it's a whole lot of fun. Wow, Minecraft is a great game. This is great. It feels almost like I just started playing this game just because, like I said, I haven't played Minecraft in a very, very long time. I've played Pixelmon, and there's a pretty big difference there. Okay, guys, so since I've made most of this video focused on building, I want to go ahead and continue some work on my house. I want to place in all of the floors, and that'll give us a really good idea about how much space we actually have to use on the inside of the house, as well as really help split up exactly where the floors are going to be. So the floor level is actually going to be in line with these quartz blocks, which means we're probably going to add a second row of blocks to the edge here and then have the windows up above. We'll figure that all out, but I want to get all the blocks in place first and then see what it looks like and see if things are looking good, or if we need to redo things, change where the floor spacing is. We might even have to move this floor up a block now that I think about it, and same with this one, but we'll see. Let's get all of the birch wood in first, and then we'll take a look at it and see how it feels. And then if you guys are missing all of the Pixelmon related stuff, don't worry. Tomorrow is going to be our final How to Train Your Pokemon episode for our main team. Now, that series isn't going to end. I'm going to go ahead and continue training more Pokemon based on your recommendations, and that way we'll have a variety of Pokemon to choose from when we go into battles, and people won't know exactly what to expect. But our final 6th team member for our main team is going to be done tomorrow, and that'll actually finish up the rest of our team, which means we can battle more players and hopefully start figuring out how to do tournaments on the network. I want tournaments to be a network-wide thing rather than a server thing. It looks like we don't have any birchwood, so I'm gonna warp on over to the shop and we're gonna buy some. But oh, we can show the shop. So all of the shop areas have signs now. Pixelmon items on this side, building supplies on this side, and then each individual shop you can see has the signs out front, which is something we just added. And then TMs are on the second floor, of course. So we should be able to use this to tell where wood is very quickly. Hello. And these guys need to be moved forward a block. For some reason, they're back. I'm not sure what that's all about. I'll fix that very soon, hopefully. All right, we got plenty of birchwood here, and I probably bought too much, but we're going to use a lot of it, so it's not a big deal. And we'll head on home, and we'll start placing these blocks. Now, I'm going to do this off video. I'm not really going to time-lapse it or anything, because we already got one time-lapse, and I feel like one's probably enough per video. But I'll come back to you guys once I've gone ahead and filled in both of the floors. And, ooh, that's not going to work. Okay. See, we're already running into issues. Ooh. Yeah, that's the problem. So the floor actually needs to be up a block, which means we're going to have to raise up just about everything. Okay. It's going to take me a little while. I'm going to raise this floor up by 1, and then raise this floor up by 1 to keep it where it is, and then another 1 to put it up to where it's supposed to be. So I will be back once that is all done, and that's going to take a little while. And we have a few more blocks to place, and we are completely done with the floors. So what I ended up actually doing was using slabs rather than full blocks for all of the interior of the roof, and it gives this really cool depth to all of the ceilings, and I think it looks really awesome. It keeps it nice and simple. We're not adding any crazy designs, but it adds a nice little border around the outside, and actually kind of has a cool effect with the lighting as well. And you'll see that when you walk into the front door here, it actually looks really, really cool inside. So here is the inside of our house. It feels really awesome in here. I really like having a lot of the openness, so I think I'm going to add as many windows as possible. And then this little cylinder area kind of actually looks really cool. What if we put a... Okay, this is a crazy idea. What if we put a little circle on here, like an orb, basically, with a telescope pointing up to the star? That... I don't know if I can pull that off, but imagine just in a kind of dome going from this area here. So we'd kind of... Here, I'll try and make it with blocks. So we'd curve it up a little bit, like that, and then it would be... Now this isn't... Don't take this, because this is just me randomly placing blocks. But it would kind of go out like this, and be kind of like this is really bad, isn't it? I mean, you kind of get the idea there. I mean, of course, it would have to line up and it would have to be a perfect circle, but it would kind of arch up and go down and connect here, and it would be a full sphere. So it wouldn't just be like one curved line or anything. And I think that could end up being really, really cool. So I might try to figure out that design at some point in the future now that I see this area. Patio would be cool, but we can always have a patio up on the next floor, which might even look better anyways. Now, keep in mind, we're also going to be adding in probably more blocks like along here. We're probably going to be putting something in between here, changing up the whole walls, adding in different windows and more pillars and more different blocks to change things up. So this isn't really a anywhere near completed house by any means. And there's a random quartz block here that's really going to bug me. Okay, there we go. And yeah, so don't necessarily judge it based on what it is. Judge it based on what it could be, and it could be really cool. And I really love the perspective you get when you look from above. You really get a really cool, unique shape. And, you know, I guess I'm an okay builder in regards to, I don't just build boxes. I really try my best to build things that are a little bit crazy, a little bit random, a little bit unique. And I feel like I really pulled it off so far with this build. As long as we can finish strong and find a way to make it all come together, it's going to be really cool. But I recommend when you go to build, do something like this. Like, just start randomly placing blocks. I definitely recommend keeping it when you count out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so you see 9 blocks are exposed here. And I really, really recommend keeping it to odd numbers, although you can do whatever you want. I pretty much keep as many rows. See 5 here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But this was originally all one wall. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, I screwed up there. See, sometimes it messes up. Not a big deal. That's okay. But I generally try to use odd numbers when I'm building because I just feel like it looks a lot better. For example, this doorway would look terrible as a 2-wide doorway, but as a 3-wide, I think it looks really cool. And the same with a lot of windows and things. Of course, there are going to be situations where even numbers do work. It's just not really the best from my experience. So I recommend trying to just throw some random shapes together, turns, random twists. Don't just do straight walls like this all the time. You know, add diagonal walls like this one. Add in random circles occasionally. Add in some twists and some turns and all kinds of things. Add as much detail as you possibly can fit. And over time, you'll learn little things that you can add to builds to just improve them and make them look a little bit better. And do not, by any means, build a square. Don't build a rectangle. Don't build a square. At the very least, make a shape more like an L. You could do an L. That's a little bit of an improvement. You could do like a bigger shape like this. You could do really whatever you wanted. You could go crazy with it. And you could even, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily recommend building in blocks because it looks kind of weird, but you just go crazy with the shape of the house and just keep adding on random parts and extensions. It doesn't even really have to look like it was all meant to be. But then by the time you get to the final product, it really does come together. Like, this was just random shapes all thrown together. And so with the height that I actually added 2 blocks here, or 2 or 3 blocks here, which added a ton of height. And then I also added the same amount of blocks to this next floor. So I think we got 4 to 6 blocks taller than previous. And it definitely added a lot to the house. Makes it feel a lot bigger than it previously did. This is awesome. Okay, I'm super happy about how this build is coming along. I don't know exactly how I'm going to tie it all together, but I think I'm going to go ahead and actually end this video here. Now, I know this didn't really have much to do with Pixelmon, but I'm going to be doing these videos whether you like it or not. If no one watches them, I guess that's okay. I would appreciate it if you guys did let me know if you did enjoy it by leaving a like on the video so that I know that you guys are enjoying these videos. But either way, I'm going to keep uploading them because I'm really having a lot of fun focusing a lot more on the building and the Minecraft aspect. And I think making time lapse is one of my new favorite things to do. And I definitely need to improve on it. But for my second time lapse, it was all right. But that's going to be it. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.